Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Shibani Gharat. Motilal Oswal Financial Services has unveiled its brand campaign called The Man from Motilal Oswal. This campaign features a distinguished character who embodies the brand's essence of offering research-backed insights and building solid relationship with the customers. This character emphasizes the challenges of building wealth, addressing real-life concerns and constraints of investors, and warns people against tips by asserting, "I don't give tips, only solid advice." To tell us more about this campaign, we are joined in by Sandeep Walunj, Group Chief Marketing Officer, Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Welcome to CNBC TV18.
Thank you so much.
So tell us more about creating this Man from Motilal Oswal.
Man from Motilal Oswal, as you rightly said, embodies the philosophy that investing is a serious business and you ought to do that with good research or with good advice. So if you have your own research, you still get an advice. If you don't have your own research, then please get qualified advice and then invest. That's really the point of view that we want to put against the current trend of people diving head first into this whole ocean of options in futures and stuff like that. So we're asking people to take a step back, think about what is it that they're doing, do it with proper research, with proper advice, and succeed in the long term.
Correct.
That's really the philosophy.
And this is like a completely different line of thought as compared to what the new age broking firms are suggesting, so to speak. They're saying that it's easy, it's quick, download this app, it will all happen at a click of a button. So tell us more, why are you doing that as compared to what we are seeing generally in the market?
Typically, fintechs tend to run after the early innovators, right? That's what the model is all about. Early innovators are the people who are very quick to adopt any new technology, etc., etc. So therefore, all the features that get spoken about are tech features. Our app will work in a lift that is going up, or our app is so sleek that you can invest while going up an escalator. Now, being a markets person, you will know that if you invest like that, then God help you, because you might make a mistake in the frenzy of doing it quickly. So investing is not something you do quickly. And that's this whole body of wisdom represented by Warren Buffett and the rest of them, which tell you to be very careful about what you do. So we're simply trying to complete the narrative, saying that of course the sleekness of an app, etc., is great, and we also have great apps and very beautiful technology platform, but that is for execution. Execution is 10%. Right, the thinking is 90%, and you get that right, and therefore it's more of a comprehensive advice for long-term success, and not day trading or whatever options and futures.
And what are generally the trends that are shaping the broking industry in 2024? If you can share those insights with us.
Sure. So first is very clearly there is growing aspiration. Everyone wants to get rich quick, and if it is done overnight, all the better, kind of a thing. So there is very, very strong ambition, aspiration that is being driven by the fact that country is doing so well. There is a lot of money in the hands of people, and so on and so forth. There is also social media and the societal pressures or attractions or whatever. So everyone is wanting to have a better lifestyle, and so on and so forth. As a result of which, people look at markets, and of course the markets have done so well, for an extended period. So that adds to the allure, saying that everyone around me is making money, so why shouldn't I? So people jump into the bandwagon, and as I said, probably the head first, without thinking much. So a lot of people are coming in, you know the numbers, 40-45 lakh people are coming into the opening a demat account every month. The SIP flows are going up in mutual funds and all of that. So a lot of inflow coming in, a lot of people opening accounts, but you don't see, you see basically a large tail. The first 10-20% of them are doing it properly and succeeding, but there is a long tail of people who are not doing it right, and probably losing out much more than they would if they had stuck to traditional investments. So this campaign is actually a beginning of our initiatives to educate everyone who comes into the market to do it properly with proper research, and if you don't have that, then at least get a good advisor to go in. Because the other bit about this new fintech thing is everybody is focusing on an app and a platform and an interface which is sleek, but that is only an execution tool. So what about the advice? From where do people get research? From where do they get that education? From where do they understand what is investing and what are the things that are important before you get into the market. So those aspects is what we kind of focus on with this.
Yeah, but you know, fintech and digital platforms to an extent have quite disrupted this space, so to speak. So how, how are they exactly impacting the traditional broking models? How are they impacting your business?
So it is like this, that something that was not done for years got done, you know, like in a 3 months time right after the corona epidemic. The KYC norms were eased out, and if you remember the good old days when to open a demat account you needed a month, and if you remember the 58 signatures that you needed to do on that agreement. So the moment there was this whole ease in consumer interface or interacting interface that happened, that led to this whole rush into this whole space, because it became easy. The moment it became easy, you got apps, etc., who could get you onboarded in 15 minutes or 15 seconds actually, and that led to, and of course the epidemic time, people had a lot of money at their disposal, etc. So people came in. So what fintech has done is essentially is that they have made the entry and execution very simple. Extremely simple, and that's that, and full marks to them for having done a great job on that. But at the same time, they have probably made it too simple. And have taken that whole education piece out, which is what a brand, a legacy brand like Motilal Oswal, which is both. So we're not a traditional broker in that sense. I mean, we are as advanced. We have an app which is as good as anyone, but we also believe in strong relationship and solid research. So there is this man from Motilal Oswal who is available on this number 92345 92345, who can guide you in terms of what is right for you. And then you of course have our platform to invest as sleekly as anybody else's. So it's a best of both the worlds.
And how do you foresee, or what are some of the biggest opportunities and challenges that like you see for your business going forward?
Our opportunity is this huge customer base that gets enlightened by the fintechs. They get them interested into the category, and I'm sorry to say this, but leave them in the lurch. Okay, so those are the guys that we want to educate properly, so that they invest properly and then actually it works for them. Yeah, so we basically are thankful to everyone who does this. Creates an aware investor but dissatisfied investor, and we are happy to satisfy those investors and kind of get them to do it properly.
Yeah, so you're taking the fintech players head on as Motilal Oswal.
We don't have to take anyone head on. As you rightly said, there is a room for everybody. And as I said earlier, there are early innovators, that innovation curve. There are early innovators, the 10-20% of the people will always be ahead of the whole piece. So let the fintechs take care of those, etc. But there is this whole middle base, which is about 60% of the people who are excited about investing, but they want to do it properly. After due consideration or something, we are the brand for them.
Thank you so much. Thanks for these insights and thanks for joining us today.
Most welcome. Thank you so much for having me here.